Let's have a conversation.
I want to take this time to thank everybody for their support of myself, Mark, and the music and mental health movement. Please take this time to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more great content. Thank you.
2 minutes, folks, 2 minutes.
Oh, my toes are
The water is cold. Right on going right now.
Yeah, the water was cold, y'all. That was not an act. That screaming was not an act. What's up, Dolly? What's up, AT2? I guess your live is over. I was on it for a good little bit, so I don't know when it ended. I thought when I saw your title, it made me think of all the beefs that people have tried to start with me. And I'm like, wow, why do people try to start beef with me? It's not even interesting to do that because for me, like you said, I aim up. If I was going to beef with somebody, I feel the same way as the way that you feel. Like, if somebody with 1 million followers or like 1 million subscribers wanted to beef with me, let's go. I'll get all up in that fake beef to get some money. But somebody who's like where I am is trying to beef with me, it's like, what's the point of that? What's the point of that? If it's gonna be fake, at least let it be something that benefits both of us. I only go on for an hour. You're actually nice. I don't know what beats me. It honestly actually beats me. I never understood that. It happens in real life too. It happens in real life too, where people make up beefs with me. Like I said, nobody wants to see two nobodies fight, of course. So I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the polar plunge. I've been watching people do this for years. I've been watching people do polar plunges for years, and I'm like, you're never going to catch me in that cold water doing that polar plunge ever. So I just wanted to talk about why I ended up in that water doing the polar plunge and what it was like. So I started out the day. I had a fitness competition in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. I finished that. I had a change of clothes. I went from that fitness competition to this thing, which was a 2.2-mile run followed by a polar plunge. The run and the polar plunge were for the benefit of veterans who are suicidal or suicide issues, suicide prevention, I'll say. Suicide prevention for veterans. That was what the money for this particular race and plunge was for. Yeah, I did that all of that in one day, and that's actually the reason why I planned to do this live way earlier and ended up doing it so late at night because I may look like Superman to some, but I take lots of naps when I do these things, especially a day like today when I did all of this in one day. I was extremely tired, so I definitely slept excessively after I was done. So the race in the morning, the fitness competition in the morning went pretty well. The run went pretty well. It was cold, but the run still went pretty well. So I got to this polar plunge and I started. It took so long between the end of the race and the start of the polar plunge that my anxiety started just going all over the place and thinking of all the things that could potentially go wrong. I'm like, what if I die in that water? What if I get hypothermia? I was just going crazy. At a certain point, I remember just walking over to the water. Everyone was looking at me, and I just dipped my hand in the water, and I was like, "Oh my hand!" I was like, "Why is my hand so red? This water. I'm gonna put my body in this water. What am I doing with my life?" And the people were laughing at me, especially because the majority of them, like, they just do this for fun. Oh yeah, I've done 10 polar plunges. I've done 100 polar plunges, and I'm sitting here like, this is my first, and I don't know why I'm here. So we're all sitting there, sweater on, coat on, because nobody uh, gets polar run ready until right before you're about to get in the water when they say go. So like 2 to 3 minutes before, because it's cold outside, y'all. We're by the beach, and it's not. It might you might think that I'm in a hot weather location or something, but no, I'm in New York. It's in the middle of the winter. It was probably about 20 something degrees with wind, and the water was even colder than that. The water was even colder than that. So I remember standing there, and then the guys like go, they play the horn. I ran in the water. Some people like dove in and swam in and all that stuff and twirled around, jumped up and down, plunged and all this stuff. And I was like, I'm not doing all that. I probably got about this deep in the water, like this deep, right here. And I was like, this is cold as hell, as you saw me say in the video. And no sooner that I got in, like 5 seconds later, I was running out. And then I ran out of the water and I was like, okay, it's done. But then I was like, wow, my body is freezing. It's not like taking an ice bath, it's not like taking a cold shower. I got out and started drying myself off and fell. And the reason that I fell was because my legs were so numb that I could not feel my legs. I was like, this is why do people do this? I was like, why in the world do people do this? I don't understand. But I'm going to get to the reason of why I did this. I mean, obviously, like I said, it's a good cause, suicide prevention for veterans. However, there's other things that you can do for that. So I'm not going to say that's the sole reason why I did it. I did it for this page too. Um, since the time I started this page, these are some of these things are things that I kind of do already or have done already in my life. And some things I've just kind of added to my schedule because I'm like, I want to show my page that fear is not a factor for me. I stole that tagline, I guess, from Fear Factor. But honestly, I want to show my page often that fear is not a factor for me. If you guys watched The Circle, this is not like a Circle spoiler, but just I guess it could be a little bit of a spoiler if you haven't watched it at all. But if you guys have watched The Circle, there's someone on there named Raven, and Raven is deaf. And Raven said there's not enough representation of people with disabilities on these shows, and especially from the deaf community. So she said she didn't want to go on the show and basically be, she wanted to represent, but she didn't want to be labeled as the deaf girl. As in, she didn't want to be labeled as somebody who was different or treated differently because she was deaf. She just wanted to be on the show and show her personality, showcase that she's good at the game, show how fun she is, and just show how, even with the disability, she's just like me or you. And this is a goal that I've had since the time when I got my diagnosis of anxiety disorder, panic disorder, clinical depression, and agoraphobia. When I started to go to therapy and when I started to do the things that I needed to do to get myself back into civilization, I said to myself, I want to be a representation as well, just like what she said. Not somebody who's like, hey, I'm Mark and I have an anxiety disorder, panic disorder, an agoraphobia, and clinical depression. Because some people are like that. And to me, those are like, look at me people. They're like, look at me, look at all the things that I go through and feel sorry for me. I don't ever want anyone to feel sorry for me ever. I want to be someone who you see doing a lot of different things. And then when I tell you that, you're like, you don't look like it. I'm surprised. And then I tell you, well, what is it supposed to look like? I love me some Raven. Oh, me too. I love Raven. Me too. Absolutely. I was 5 minutes behind for some reason. What do you mean? You were 5 minutes behind on this live? That's weird if so. But yeah, I've always wanted for that to be an afterthought. Are we still are we still applying for Big Brother? I really, of all the shows, believe it or not, Big Brother is one of the shows I'd want to be on the least, to be honest with you. The Circle, I would think about The Circle, but like Big Brother is just not my type of environment. Not my type of environment. I bet you if I got on Big Brother, people would have beef with me. And I would be like, why? What did I do? Just like how it is on here. Somebody would go around and be like, so I was talking to Mark, and Mark told me to have a good day. And I think that was shade. What makes him so smug to be telling me, have a good day? I think that he was trying to take a shot at me. We got to get him out of this house. Oh man, I was laughing at what you said on your live AT2 that we as YouTubers are like the entertainment for the viewers that watch us. It's like it does. I don't know if it has a name, but it's like the YouTubers. Let's see who AT2 is gonna beef with today. Let's see who Mark is gonna beef with today. Let's see if this one is gonna go at this one. And I find it funny too. Like your lives always make me think of things that are going on with me. I get messages all the time from my subscribers hoping that I'm going to beef with the people that they're messaging me about. All the time. Did you see this, Mark? Did you hear this, Mark? And I'm like, maybe if you told me like, yo, Mark, 50 Cent put a thing of you on his Instagram and he said you're whack and you're stupid. I would be like, yo, I'm gonna beef with 50 Cent. I'd be tagging him. I'd be making videos. I'd be sharing whatever he posted up of me. But if somebody down here, doing the same thing. I'm like, I know one person who will never be in that house. Does that person happen to claim that he knows people in the house? I don't know. I know I can win the circle. BB, I would be the first one out of the house. AT2, do you want to hop on here? Let me know. Let me know because I feel like talking about your big brother strategy. Yes, we are. We're here for the entertainment. And if someone gets hurt behind that entertainment, people will be like, why y'all taking this internet stuff so seriously? People shouldn't be doing that. That's how it always goes. That's how it goes when I watch like celebrity beefs or whatever, where the fans gas the beef up. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Hey, oh, let me turn off the sound. Hold on.
Sure. Yeah, that's how I feel it goes with like these celebrity beefs where the fans are like tagging this person and saying, "Did you hear what this one said about you?" And then they feel like they have to respond.
I forgot I got YouTube Premium, so I gotta like pause the video that I'm watching, which was yours, and then click the link.
Oh, I have YouTube Premium as well. I'm bougie.
Yeah, they gave me like 3 free months, so I was like,
Yeah.
oh well, shit, hell, why not sign up for it? But I like not being able to watch the commercials. It's cool.
You know what happened to me? They gave me free months as well. And then when it
Uh-huh.
ran out, the, it's like programming. Because I got so used to not having the commercials that I was like, nah, I got to keep this.
Yeah, I think I might keep it too. So, do we get like the YouTube shows and stuff like that? Do we get to watch those or no?
It depends. Not all of them.
Oh, not all of them. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I haven't used all the features and stuff like that, but yeah, I like not, seeing the commercials and stuff.
Those get really annoying, even
Right,
though they help me get paid.
right. Well, that's the thing too with the premium. Like, you still get paid if like somebody who has premium watches you, you still get
Yeah,
paid. So that's
yeah,
good.
yeah. Yeah, so tell me which show you would want to be on the most out of the shows that you watch and why.
So now that I watched The Circle, because I've never watched The Circle until this season, and I think like I had seen your post about it, and then I had seen that the Marvin dude from Big Brother that was supposed to be on this year was on it. And I was like, you know what? Let me watch it. So I
Mhm.
want to thank you for even posting about it. And I was like, you know what? Let me check it out, and I like it. So now I'm gonna go back from season 1 and then watch all the way up so I can kind of catch up and think about a strategy and everything like that. But I love The Circle more than I would say Big Brother. The only reason why I would do Big Brother is because um I like the old school Big Brother. Like, now that I've been able to go back and watch, like the older seasons, like I liked when they used to have like the drama and stuff like that. It wasn't too heavy, but it
Mhm.
was entertaining from start to finish. Now it's kind of like this group mentality, like it's all
Yeah,
like one popular group, and like
yeah.
that little high school stuff, I don't like that. Like, if it's drama, like it's for a reason, not because like we have a big clique and then this major alliance and stuff like that. Like, I want to go back to like the old school style of playing, so I would like to get involved in that, make a good show.
Yeah, I agree with you because I started on the newer seasons and
Hmm.
then I went back to watch the old seasons and I know exactly what you're talking about. Because like in the old season, you come in there by yourself
Right.
and you make your own strategy. You have to form different alliances. Things kind of change up every week. Kind of
Right.
like how Survivor is. But now it's like I got to do what the popular clique is doing.
Right. And they kind of run the whole game. It really doesn't get like interesting until like, when they down to like maybe like the final six.
Mhm.
But
And
I
to be
will say
honest with
last
you,
year was even though last year was chaotic, I will say it was highly entertaining and like we got the winner that we wanted, at least that I wanted.
so it was highly entertaining. But I'll tell you this much: when we got down to the final 5 or 6, if there wasn't a Monte situation, you might not be saying that.
Oh,
Because
really? You feel that way?
the end was boring. We were watching them do tie dye. We were watching them play cards and play
Right. The
pool
lock
all
fees were
day.
boring as hell.
Yeah.
I will say that they were boring as hell towards the end, but I will say one thing: Brittany did her job. She made it entertaining when she tried to flip that vote with Turner and stuff like that. I
She
was like,
tried
"There
it.
you go, Brittany! You playing a game finally."
She finally tried it because I was like, well, does she have any game of her own? But at that
Right.
point, I was like, okay, maybe if she didn't have Michael from the beginning, she might have had some kind of strategy and game plan.
Yeah, Brittany was trying to give us entertainment.
Yeah.
I'll say that. That's what I liked about it. Even though it might have screwed Taylor over at the end, like she was trying to entertain us and give us something to watch.
Hey, Sapphire and Van Hoot, by the way. Yeah, so yeah, that's true. That's true. So you would shake things up in the house and you would kind of be your own person, if you would say.
Yes, like I would definitely try to be my own person. I mean, I would go in between people and do the whole lion and everything like that. But for the most part, I would try to shake things up. I think people connect more with like realness, and I think like a lot of people are tired of like the whole big click and then versus the rest of everybody else. I think they're tired of that. Like we need like a
Definitely.
huge shake up. I know they keep teasing that season 25 is going to be like the second chance. I don't think they're going to do a whole season of second chance. I think they would have already did it if they were going to do that. Maybe that would be like the following season, but I don't think this season they're going to do that.
Yeah. Have you seen Traders?
No, I haven't watched it yet. Is it good?
It's good. It's a good show. So basically, the concept of traders is that they have 3 traders that they choose. The host chooses the traders, and everybody else is faithfuls. I don't know. Have you seen The Mole?
Yes, I've seen the mole.
Okay, so it's a little bit like The Mole, where they do missions every week.
Yeah.
Except for in this case, the people who are selected as traders, they don't have to throw the mission or anything like that because it all goes into the pot. Like it's actually better for them to win. So
Oh.
yeah, so at the end of the day, they go to a deliberation table and they basically vote somebody out, but the votes are not anonymous. So like the whole group votes people out. They have a
Yeah.
little bit of a discussion about who they think is the traitor. And then after the discussion, they do a written vote and everyone has to show their vote and that person leaves. And then they let
Ooh.
everyone know whether they're a faithful or a traitor. So then there's 2 things that happen. At the end of the night, the traitors come together when everybody goes to their room and decide somebody to kill. And they kill that person and then that person doesn't come to breakfast in the morning.
Oh, wow.
So if there's
Okay.
any traders left at the end of the season, the traders get the money.
Ooh. So the traders get the money if they're left at the end of the season. Wow.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
does the audience know who the trader is, or that's the
Yes.
suspense of okay,
The
the
very
audience
first
does.
episode, yeah, the very first episode, the host secretly picks out the traders, but we know, unlike the mole, they actually
Okay, where
show us
we
who the
don't know.
traitors.
Yeah. I think you'll be good for the mole. I ain't trying to climb no mountains and shit like that. I think that's more your speed.
I think I would be great at the mole, actually.
Yeah, I think you should do the mole. I think that would be best for you.
And I think people would trust me. Like, I think I
Yeah,
would
they
definitely
would.
be able to convince people to trust me.
Uh-huh.
I think that would be my biggest asset. On Big Brother, I could actually see that being used against me, where people are like, he's too nice. You know, the nice ones are always scheming.
Right. I think Big Brother, yeah, that would be used against you.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think on Big Brother they shouldn't vote out the first week. I think the first week should be a pass, and then the second week, like the second week, they should get rid of 2 people,
that would
but
be
the first week
interesting.
be a pass.
So do you don't think they should do the HOH, the POV competition the first week? Like, what would they do if they didn't vote anybody out?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it should be like maybe like the first week for the HOH. I think oh, that is true because if they don't do that, then what would they do the first week? Maybe like the half knots and stuff
Mhm.
like that. Maybe that's what it would be like. The HOH they pick the have nots, and the have nots can't. They'll probably have to be have nots for like 2 weeks, or something crazy like that. I think they could think of like some kind of something to bypass the first week and stuff like that.
Right. That's an interesting idea though. They've gotten really stale, especially over the last 3 seasons. Um,
Right.
Sapphire asked me if I have gotten a chance to watch BB Can season 10. The answer is no, but I'm knee deep in BB Can season 5, and it's really interesting so far, I have to admit.
With BB Canada, I've only seen the one where Ika comes back for the second time, like that full
That's
season.
where
I've
I'm at.
seen that one. Okay, that is 5. Okay.
Yeah.
And then like season 10, I watched on YouTube like a little like fast forward kind of thing where like they just clipped it up, and like I've seen that, but I haven't watched the full season except season 5.
Yeah, I'm about a third through that season, and it's good so far. It's interesting. I will
Yeah,
say
it's
people
real
told me
good.
it's so different, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't find the games to be extremely different. They just look like different versions of the BBUSA games.
Yeah, no, it's not really different. It's the same concept. The only one that's different is the UK version, which I heard they're bringing back in March. But the UK,
Nice.
it's not really competition based. Like they have activities and stuff that they do, but it's not competition based though. And like
Hmm.
the UK, they vote for like I was going to say America, but the UK they vote for who they want to stay and who they want to go.
Sapphire, if you want to hop on, by the way, I have StreamYard now because I know you had wanted to hop on back in the day, and I didn't know how to do that. YouTube's weird, right?
Oh, you
AT2.
didn't always have StreamYard?
I did not. I was when I first started streaming, it was just regular YouTube.
Oh,
So I was like, why can't I add people on this?
yeah. You was like, why? You were probably like, what you mean by drop the link?
Exactly. I
You're
think when
like,
I
what the heck
hopped
is
on
that?
your page, I still didn't have StreamYard.
Wow, I never knew that because I've been up here one time before. I remember.
Yeah, but I think that was after.
Okay, that was after. Okay, got
I
it.
think I just looked into it and then I saw like a few different options and that most people were using StreamYard. And it's a pretty affordable option. Even though I'm not going to lie, at this point in time where I'm at now, I'm not making a crazy profit on YouTube, but I'm learning.
Right. It all comes, and like your big thing is going to be when Big Brother starts up again. So
Yes, clearly. I know that when Big Brother starts up, it's going to give me a boost. I just started doing lives the last month of Big Brother. Like I wasn't everyone thinks I was covering Big Brother when the season started. Not at all. I was just watching it.
oh, okay.
And then I posted up a clip. It was like a 10-second short or something of Taylor eating Lay's potato chips. And it got like some crazy views, like 30,000 views or something like that.
Oh, wow.
So, so I was like, man, okay, maybe maybe I'm onto something here. So that's why I started uploading the little live feed clips. And then I got the whole reused content thing.
Oh yeah.
So I had to reapply 2 different times, and then I finally got it November.
Yeah. So what did you end up doing? Like deleting all the
Yeah.
BB? Yeah.
I had to delete every single one of my live feed videos that I had put up. I mean, I left up some of the ones where I was streaming the live feeds and
Yeah.
like talking and stuff. I left a few of those up, but the ones that were just the live feed only, I took most of those down.
Oh, okay.
And then I had to put up new videos.
Right. Because I was gonna say you had to get your 4,000 watch hours and all that stuff, right? Yeah.
Yep. And I've told people, like, I kind of take from your honesty, because especially I remember watching all your videos when you had gotten demonetized and the things
Uh-huh.
that you were saying during that time. And I was telling my viewers that some of the things that I put up in my shorts and stuff is for the views and the watch hours. Like
Right.
like the fitness content. I don't want to post fitness every day or every second, but those are things that help me keep my watch hours up.
Right.
Especially when you don't have an animal like Big Brother going on. that you could just talk about anything Big Brother related and everything is just up.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't even think they're doing celebrity this year, huh?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard they're not doing celebrity.
Well, so I guess we got to wait on our hands.
Right. I was thinking maybe if I could, because I used to watch the UK one on YouTube, like somebody would end up uploading it. So I wonder if they're going to do that again, because I would definitely review it if I can. I know they're doing the Nigeria one, the one that Marvin is on. They're doing the Nigeria one.
I'm
But
upset that
that
I
one, I
can't see
can't
it.
find like a full episode. I've only seen clips.
Same here. And then I even tried to do the VPN thing.
Uh-huh.
And then hi Lisa. I tried to do the VPN thing, and then it was like, we recognize that this is a VPN or whatever, and it didn't let me view it.
Oh, so you weren't able to do it. Oh, dang.
Yeah, like they're not, aside from BB Canada, they are not messing with you watching other Big Brothers from other countries.
Wow.
Like that's the only one they legally just let you see the season on a US app, because you can watch Big
Yeah,
Brother Canada.
Paramount.
Yeah, Paramount Plus.
Wow, I did not know that. You can't even change the VPN on it to even watch it. Wow.
I want to kind of piggyback off of your topic that you were talking about on your channel. I know you had specific reasons you were talking about it,
Uh-huh.
but in general, I remember you talked on one of your lives that I had seen while I was at the gym one day, because I was putting your lives on while I was on the treadmill, since it's such a dreaded thing for me. So I was like, okay, this is about an hour. I'm trying to be on here for like 45 minutes, and it's pretty interesting. You kind of talked about when you started your channel, and I believe you were saying that you used to have a lot of beefs all the time, like in your early days of your channel. Is that true?
Yes, and I can explain the reason why.
Yeah.
The reason why is because I was talking about other YouTubers, like the drama that they would go through, right? And so I thought, giving commentary on other YouTubers, I thought they wouldn't care. I was wrong, because they definitely cared. And it wasn't like I was dragging them or anything like that. It was just like I would talk about the drama because people were interested in it. So I would talk about it. And then that's how, I started out my channel. I didn't realize that people were going to have their own opinions of me. And then, it was going to start out like, oh, man. Would I ever change the way that I started my channel? No, I would not ever change it. I just didn't know what to expect. Now that I know what to expect, I can kind of warn people like, hey, you might not want to do this, or, this might not be the route you want to go to, because A, B, C, and D might happen. But now I'm like, F it, whatever.
You also mentioned that people have actually hit you up like private DM or whatever, Instagram, and been like, "Yo, let's have a beef so that we can boost our channels."
Yes, I've been hit up a few times about faking beasts and stuff like that. Have I ever faked it? No. For me, if I don't like someone, I really don't like them. I would never want to hoodwink or bamboozle my people into thinking like, oh, this is fake and I'm just doing this for attention. Do I kind of play it up a little bit? Yes. Like at the end of the day, if somebody calls me ugly, I really don't give a damn, but I'll play it up and, do the dramatics because people love it. But other than that, in real life, I wouldn't care. But yeah, I've never faked a beef for attention. No.
Something that I have learned from YouTube is that some people need that for their content because that's what their whole channel is built off of. So it's like if
Uh-huh.
nobody's beefing with me, I have nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, that there's a lot of channels like that. Like they have to pick like someone to target because them themselves are not interesting. So they have to pick somebody to go
Yeah.
after. And I totally get it.
Yeah.
Make your money in any way you see fit. Go ahead and make your money. That's not how I necessarily want to do it, but if that works for you, go ahead and do it, but it doesn't work for me. I think once you realize, like I said, we're everybody's favorite reality TV people.
It's
Basically,
true,
that's the
man.
way they look at us, and so that certain people that do that, where they just drag people and just try to tear people down. That's how they make their money. So I'm all like, hey, if you like it, I love it.
Yeah, and I've kind of started to pay attention to the trends, and it has made me pretty emotionless when I see that stuff. I'm not trying to say that I never anything gets to me ever because everybody is human. Sometimes you
Hmm.
might just see something on a bad day or a wrong day. But when I first started and I saw certain comments, I'm like, but why? What did I do to get this comment?
Right.
Yeah.
See, for me, I love like going inside the chat and be like, "Hey, everybody, what's up?" And just seeing what they're talking about. And usually they kind of change their tune. There's some people who are like, "Oh, screw you, I hate you," but there's some people who are like, "Oh, hey, AT2," and like they'll change their whole tune and everything like that. And I try to show them love and give them encouraging words. So, do I manipulate people in that way? Yes, of course I do. But I think at the end of the day, some people they don't really want like a real issue with me. I think some people just do it for entertainment value, and I can kind of decipher who. There's some people I'm all like, oh, you're trash, and I think your mama should have swallowed you, but that's a different topic for a different day. But yeah, there's some people I think that are really evil, but there's some people it's just entertainment, so I play along with them.
Yeah, that's happened to me actually on with somebody from your channel where I popped in your chat and that whole conversation just kind of died from there. Like I don't think I've been mentioned since then. And there was a whole story with it too.
Right. Yeah, that was funny. Because also like, how do you even know him? Like I was wondering like how she knew you, and then I heard the story and I was like, oh my God.
There was somebody else I saw in your live earlier that was in the comments. I think they even gave you a super chat. I will never reference that person on my page because it's crazy. So I went to Big D's birthday party. I think you know that, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's where you met Taylor and everybody, right?
Yeah. So I met Taylor and everybody, and when that happened, and when I made my post about that, all the people that usually support me were like, "Yo, Mark, go live tomorrow and talk about your experiences and how everyone was in person and whatever." So I was like, "Oh, okay, no problem." This is when I got my YouTube 101 lesson.
Uh-huh.
So I go on live the next day, right? And then I'm talking about all my different experiences. I'm like, yo, I met Aza, I met Tiffany, Hannah, Cinco, um, Polly, like all these different people. It's like I had a great experience with this one. I had a wonderful experience with that one. I spoke to Taylor a little bit. I didn't get a chance to speak to Joe because he spent most of the night in the VIP. And then this happened, right? So then all of a sudden, I'm looking at my video after. It only had maybe 30, 40 people watching it, but
Mhm.
the views afterwards exploded. So I was like, oh, people are hype about my video, and maybe they think it was interesting, and they just like it more than other stuff that I've put up, right?
Right.
And then I later start to get this crazy string of messages and comments on YouTube, Instagram, whatever, about how I'm a stalker.
What?
And somebody from your channel, well, I'm not going to say from your channel. I'm just going to say I saw their name in your live today. They were
Uh-huh.
like, why are you hating on Taylor and Joseph? That's weird stalker behavior. You were taking secret videos of them. They don't want to be bothered because crazy fans like you are obsessed with them. So I happened to check out that person's page,
Uh-huh.
and the whole page is like saved Instagram videos of Taylor and Joseph stories and posts. Like that's the entire page.
Really? What? And they called you a stalker?
So that was one instance where I really did want to just go in on that particular person. I'm like, oh, you have an actual page with videos uploaded, a pretty decent amount of views, and this is what you have on your page, and
Right, right.
this is what you're saying to me. And I had the devil on this side and the angel on this side, and I decided to let it go. But it was only because I was thinking to myself, the things that I started this page for, I could see myself straying from those things if I indulge too much in some of
Right.
those other things.
You got to
Like,
protect your energy.
yeah, like sometimes I wish I could just start an alter ego page where I could just respond to everything the way that I want.
Right.
Oh man,
That is funny.
I want to mention your interview that I was watching with Jag. With Jaguar. If y'all didn't see that interview, is it still up?
Oh yeah, I still have everything go. Yeah, I barely delete anything.
Yeah, if y'all haven't watched AT2's interview and his clips with Jaguar, definitely check those out. How do you feel when you're interviewing somebody and they just start saying everything that they can't say? All the forbidden things to say on YouTube.
Right. It's one of those things where I'm like, oh God, now I gotta, I was like, what do I like? I was thinking like, oh shit, what do I do? Because I know they're just gonna it's gonna get worse. And so like I have to at least say something like, hey, can you please not say that? Or can you please, like I have to at least say it once. Now whether they do it or not is one thing. But
She was like, yeah, he's a cigarette.
right. And it's weird because like I know that she is a part of the community, and so some people don't know that. And so, when she's saying that, I know it's not coming from a hateful place, but when you keep saying it and it sounds like there's a lot of hate to it, that's when I'm all like, oh God, this is gonna get me in trouble. But all in all, like I had to at least like say like, hey, some people don't like it, and then if you can please explain, and that's when she gave her explanation. And so it's all about the way you handle it. I think as long as you address something, then it can kind of bring attention to it, and then it's their choice on whether or not they're going to change what they say. But I at least have to address it on my end.
Do you notice the comments when things are happening like that? Because you were doing the interview, but I was listening to you and looking at all the comments, and the comments were a mixed bag. Some people were
Right.
like, yo, AT2 brings all the entertainment. I love this. Keep it going, bro. You're doing your thing, blah, blah, blah. And other people are like, why are you entertaining this, engaging in this person? They're looking for clout. We don't need this negative energy. I'm turning this off. I saw some people say like 10 times yo, AT2, if you don't get her off, I'm turning this off. But they were still there.
Right. Right. For me, there's always an end game. And I think with me, I was all like, I'm going to let Jag talk and say what she got to say. And then what I'm going to do is chop it up in different parts. And that's exactly what I did. Now, when I chopped it up in different parts, I gave context and factual information to it. So that's how I came back and kind of,
Use it to your advantage.
right. I use it to my advantage. So I knew what I was doing. Like a lot of people be like, AT2, I don't understand why you do X, Y, and Z. Trust me, everything that I do is very calculated. I know what I'm doing. There's only a few times you can ever catch me slipping, but for the most part, I know what I'm doing. I am not blind to anything. I know what I'm doing. And I mean, shit, at the end of the day, it worked.
Yeah. Those views, I mean, those videos got a good amount of views and a lot of engagement I saw. So
yeah, like one video that I chopped about Jay-Z, it almost has 100,000 views on it. So
wow, that's what's up. That's the one thing I like about YouTube is that I can look at different people's pages and everybody has, you've said this before, their own personality and their own way of doing things. So it's like 4 + 5 = 9, 1 + 8 = 9, I think that would be hard for me to manage, but you manage it well.
Yeah, it all comes with experience. I think for me, I kind of I know who my subscribers are, and I know the people that rock with me. Like the people that rock with me 24/7, those are the people that I care about. If I barely ever see you in my chat, I'm not really concerned about what you think or what you say.
That was the point that I forgot. I'm glad you said that, because that's actually kind of the point that I was getting to with the jailer stuff. And also not just that, when I first started covering Big Brother and I first started doing lives, people started putting these dumb hashtags in my comment section. Some guy with a hashtag,
Oh, some guy would have had. Oh, okay, yeah, some dumb hashtag,
yeah, in my chat, and I'm like, what are these people talking about? Why do they keep posting this in my thing? And I didn't even know who that was or what that was about.
Right.
And I started to realize like there's crews on there. So it's like, who really cares? Because just like you said, I see the people who are consistently supporting me. They're in the comment section. They're viewing all my videos. They're on all my lives. So when I see randoms who just pop in there, just talking all this stuff, I'm like, what difference does that make? They're not really supporting me anyways. They might be giving me a view.
Right, but they're not supporting me, That's true. I think for me also too, like I don't really know. I just started, no, actually I did cover last year, but then I stopped because I wasn't really getting any views. And then this year is when I went heavy at covering Big Brother. Yeah. So I still don't know all the players and stuff like that. So when somebody mentions someone, I'm like, who is that?
And when you did that on that live I was on with you, they took that as super shade. But now I know that was legit. They thought it was super shade.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. This one says, Van Hoot told me, I just remember the one dude who was big on Monty saying wild stuff. Yeah, that was the thing about Big Brother on my page, is that this season, I mean, I only covered this season too, but it sparked all these debates in my comment section where it was like they weren't really talking about gameplay. They were just debating on one or two people. Like if I said something I didn't like about Monty or like Terrence, oh, you're trying to bring the black man down. You're hating on the black man.
Really? They said that to you?
Yeah. No, not to me, actually. No, not to me. Not to me. They were arguing in the comment section with each other. and people were hitting me,
Oh.
and people were hitting me up telling me I should block those people.
No, if the comments kind of get out of hand, like I will block it. But other than that, if they want to fight, let them fight. At the end of the day, it's not going to do anything to me. As long as they're not being offensive, let them fight. Like, who cares? Like, I used to try to be all like, hey, don't fight. Like, in the live show, yeah, I will mention some because that distracts from the show. But, like, in the, like, say if it's, like, in the comment section after the video's already uploaded, I can care less.
Yeah.
I'll even be petty and heart everybody's comment. Just because, like, it's all like, yeah, it is what it is.
So for those who don't know, the person that I was telling AT2 about that kept saying that I blocked them or whatever, it's actually a funny story. It's hilarious to me because it was the last it was the last day. It was the last day of Big Brother. I think either the night before or the last night. It was the last night when they had the finale night. And I got on and I'm just talking about the show, whatever, recapping the show. And then they were like, you have an ugly shirt. You need to burn that shirt and never wear it again. And I was like, wow, where did that come from? That was kind of mean. I wasn't actually that mad about the comment. Like, whatever, you think my shirt is ugly, no big deal to me. And then it was just like the comments started to get more and more. And I'm like, where is this coming from? Because this was not somebody who really made any negative comments towards me at any point of the season. They were consistently on my page supporting me all season. So I'm like, this is just weird to me. I don't really understand. So I did the snooze button. I think you can put somebody on like a couple minutes snooze or something like that.
Oh, timeout. Yeah.
Timeout. And that was what did it. That was what did it. Because when she came back, she was hot.
So did you ever wear the shirt again?
I've worn it. I don't think I've worn it on this page.
You just
I've worn it outside.
That is funny.
It was so random too. Like, we're just talking about Big Brother, and then it was just like, burn your shirt. And I was on for like hours on that day too. So I would have understood more if the comment came at the beginning of the live.
Right.
Like, hey, your shirt is ugly. It's like, were you just waiting to say that? So then when I came to your page, oh yeah, she told me to block her. And then when I came to your page, and I finally was like, why do you keep saying that I blocked you because we had a Big Brother argument? It was like, oh, agree to disagree. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, I thought you were, because you say this on every time I hopped on your lives, that was the first comment. I'm blocked on his page. I'm blocked on his page. I'm blocked on his page. So when I unblocked her and got on the page, I'm like, where's the energy?
Right.
I thought we were going to go back and forth.
Yeah, it was funny because I was like, how do y'all even know each other? Like, what?
Yeah, I actually find that stuff pretty funny, even though it seems like I don't because I block people. I usually only block people when I realize that their energy is not towards anything I'm talking about, if you know what I mean. What I'm trying to say by that is, like, you can disagree with everything I say. You can tell me you hate my opinion, you hate my shirt, you hate whatever. But if I realize you're not actually even trying to contribute to the topic and you're just trying to throw things out there to get a rise out of me, then I just take care of that.
Right. Yeah, I don't like that too because it's all like, I can take criticism and stuff like that. But if you're not even talking about what if you're not staying on subject, you got to go.
Yeah. That too, it can be distracting.
Right.
Like, you're trying to be on the subject and then you're reading the comments and somebody is just lighting up the comments with stuff that is not relating to the topic to where you're like, this is just annoying and distracting. So you got to go. But still, I gave more. I didn't block that many people until that one random rise after I got on your live and everyone decided to flood my comment section, I'm like, I'm just blocking all of y'all.
Wow. Yeah, I typically don't block too many people. Like for me, the only people I really block are like the trolls and like the bots and stuff like that. Those are the only ones I really block.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna have a mix up as time goes on. I am gonna respond to some people. I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah, you'll find your own way in doing it.
Yeah, because some trolls just don't go away until you're
Yeah,
done.
some people want it. They ask for it. Don't ever feel bad when they're asking for it.
I did actually have a few videos that I had posted up where I posted people's comments and did it in kind of a celebrity reads mean tweet style. I thought that was kind of fun.
Oh, I've done that before. Yeah, it's funny.
Sometimes the comments are dumb because I sit here and
Yeah,
I'm like, I grew up in the 90s and it was like kill or be killed on the playground where people
right,
could say all kinds of wild stuff to you and nobody could call it bullying or nobody told anyone to stop and you had to be witty to get your way out of it. So
right.
so some of these comments I see, I'm like, these aren't even, that's not even funny. I don't know if it was supposed to be, or that's not even like a zinger or something that would really get to me like that. Like you
You know,
tried it.
that's why like a lot of the stuff that people say about me, like I don't care. Like I was like, I either heard it before, or B, it wasn't funny and the joke didn't land. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really bother me. Now there are some people, they say some stuff, I was like, okay, you got me with that one. But there
Yeah.
but that's rarely. But there's times where I'm all like, yeah, that was either stupid or I've heard that before. It wasn't, I don't care.
It was so funny when I started to put up my fitness videos. I'll give you an example. When I first started uploading the fitness videos,
Hmm.
I remember I had a video of myself. I don't remember what I was doing, something with some dumbbells. And I put Deca Strong Event because that's the name of the event. And the first comment was, "You're not strong," and it had and it had like 40% likes and 60% dislikes, and it had 10,000 or 12,000 views or something like that. And
Wow.
I was like, wait a minute, how did this short get disliked so much, and why are these comments so stupid?
Yeah, like that's crazy.
Like, you're not strong. You called it Deca Strong, and you're not strong. And I'm like, meanwhile, the person who's making that comment is probably sitting on the couch eating Cheetos.
Yeah, or in their mama basement.
I hate those ones where it's like you can see me all day and you can see what I'm saying and doing, but I can't see you.
Oh, I hate that. Like, don't
Your
ever
anonymous
call me ugly
profile.
if I can't see your face.
Yeah. Yeah, and that happens a lot. Yeah, so with the jailer thing, somebody told me that they found me from a Reddit page where it was posted on Reddit, and that everybody on the Reddit page was pissed at me because I'm hating on Taylor. And I was like, hating on Taylor? I'm like, didn't I say that I spoke to her? And that
Right.
I told her that I admired her on the show and I was happy she won and all this stuff, but I guess they took some out of context snippet or something and ran with it.
Right. They don't listen to the whole thing. They don't get the context. So they just run with whatever they want to hear.
And you know what I think happens sometimes? I think sometimes well, you already know. I think the fans sometimes take those snippets and send it to the people we're talking about.
Yeah, they do.
It's like,
I mean,
yo,
they expect
AT2.
other YouTubers. That's why I was all like, after tonight, I was all, I'll probably get videos made about me because they're just
Yeah.
going to take little clips, you know?
Yeah. You did drop a few names though.
Yeah, but I don't mind. Like some of the stuff that I had to say, just like about the Larry Reed dude. There's some
Yeah.
things I just had to say. I just had to be honest about it, you know?
No, I get that. No, I get that. I know there are instances where you can't just leave things in the air.
Yeah, because a lot of subscribers, like when we use like code names or we don't be, or we say like, oh, I don't want to say the name. Sometimes they'll be like, well, why are you even talking about it if you're not going to say the name?
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll be like, well, damn, you got a good point. Shit.
Hey, I'm guilty of that sometimes.
Yeah.
But
Now, some people don't deserve to be name dropped, you know?
yeah, so here's the thing, right? And I'm sure some of those people are going to be watching this. I don't really care. Can you imagine being a channel that at this point in time, had a little over 1,000 subscribers, and somebody who's been around for like years, and I just got around for like a couple of months, telling me that I'm using them for clout, and then they're making videos about me, and I've never made a video about them ever. So I was like, what does somebody stand to gain from a small page like mine? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
somebody who's been doing it for a while like that. What is the end goal? Or is
You
it
know,
just like, this is a new opportunity for me to make a new beef?
a new opportunity because the old beef gets old. So they have to start with someone new. And I think because you were fast on the rise and up and coming, it just made perfect sense for you to be the target.
Okay. I think that tends to make sense. Because I remember at the beginning, I was like, this is weird to me. Because if you're established, why do you need me to have a beef with you
Right.
to gain anything from your channel? But then I started to realize it's not specific to me. It's just, this is a fresh face and a new person.
Right. I honestly think it didn't have anything to do with you. I think you're just, fresh out of water. So that's why.
Yeah, maybe one of these days that'll be me, and I'll be
Yeah.
looking. I'll be
Because
finding the new. I'll have my people scope out the new pages.
Because I wonder why I didn't get any hate or anything like that. Like I got one comment and it was just because I had used a certain clip, but I got it from Twitter. So I explained that it was just a miscommunication. And then that was kind of it. But I've never got anything after that. So I was all like, oh, okay. And I think because my content is so diverse, like you can't really, like I wouldn't consider myself the Big Brother sector, you know?
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. And now that I've seen your page, I know there's a lot of different things that you talk about.
Yeah, so it'd be hard to like really come after. Like it wouldn't make any sense, you know.
Yes, because you couldn't be cornered like just on the Big Brother stuff.
Right, right.
Like, let me attack this person and try to get them to stop talking about Big Brother because that's gonna end their channel.
Exactly. It wouldn't work for me.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of what my aim is too, is to keep up with kind of as much of a diverse amount of topics as I can so that I'm not pigeonholed into talking about only one thing.
Right. Because it'll get kind of boring if you just stick with one thing, you know?
And you know what? At the end of the Big Brother season, I actually extended the Big Brother content beyond the amount that I wanted to, because I'm like, okay, I tried this, I tried this, I tried this. Okay, Taylor and Joseph's relationship. I talk about that. And then all of a sudden that view skyrockets for that particular post. So I'm like,
Right.
okay, this is what people want to talk about.
People love Taylor and Joseph.
They're obsessed with Taylor and Joseph. So, but then I realized it takes my love away from what I'm doing. If I
Right.
have to talk about a topic only because people like that topic.
Right. That's what I hate too. When you have to talk about a certain thing and it's like, I really don't want to.
Yeah, like that's the thing that separates being a YouTuber from being like Entertainment Tonight. Like
Right.
Entertainment Tonight and TMZ is like whatever they put on your plate, that's what you have to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You can wake up and talk about Jaguar today, and tomorrow you could be talking about anything else that you want to talk about. You could never talk about that again. There could be some current event that happens that you decide you want to talk about, or you could talk about your life,
Right.
anything in between. So that's always how I want to keep it, where I have my choices, unless obviously if some big sponsor came by. Have you seen those channels where they do like the manscaping introduction that's wild sounding?
Oh yeah.
I know they get paid for, they do that on like Showtime and different, even Cody and Derek on the Winner Circle. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
wow. I remember they were doing like a Christmas one. So you want to make sure that you trim your trees and make sure that the balls are shiny so that your girl can get this and this and this. And I'm like, this is wild. But they probably get paid pretty
Yeah, they probably get paid a lot for manscaping, right?
good. So if one day somebody is like, yeah, I'm gonna pay you like hella money to talk about these topics to death, maybe I'll do it. But until then, I'm gonna keep it so that I actually enjoy what I'm doing and don't lose passion for it.
Right, right. Because when it becomes a job, you can really get discouraged. It happens a lot with me.
Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to stray away from, because I'm still, unfortunately for me, I'm still working. So I hope to one day be able to say, like, this is what I do for a living.
Right. And you started working again, right?
I'm about to
Oh, okay,
next
you're
week.
about to. Not yet. Okay.
Not yet. I've had 3 months off, which has been a great time.
Yeah. I know it had to be a relief.
Yeah, at 9 to 5 life has never been for me. It's not like a new revelation. And I tried entrepreneurship for years. I tried everything you could think of: network marketing, sales, eBay. Like I've tried many, many things. And
Hmm.
I did YouTube before. So before they had the YouTube partnership program, how long have you been on YouTube?
Um since the pandemic, that's when I joined YouTube. So 2020.
So were you not on YouTube in terms of getting paid from YouTube before 2020?
Yeah, before 2020 I wasn't getting paid.
Okay. So I was on the old YouTube, and on the old YouTube there was basically no rules to anything. So I could go on I could record something. Let's say Kim Kardashian was talking on her show. I could just
Uh-huh.
take a camera, record it, however I do it, put it on my YouTube page, and get paid for that. There was not like copyright restrictions for that.
Oh,
There
they
was
didn't
no
have any of
original.
that.
Yeah, there's no like original content stuff. You could put up any music that you wanted. It was like free for all.
Yeah, because I remember music covers used to be a big thing. Like
Yes,
everybody would sing on
they don't even
YouTube,
let you
but
do that
that
anymore.
like stopped.
So I had a page that had like 6 million views. I don't think,
Whoa.
I might have had maybe 5 or so videos of myself on the page. And
Uh-huh.
everything else was just entertainment culture, things that I saw on TV, things that I was basically just reposting. And not that I was rich off of YouTube or anything like that, but I was making a few $100s a month just posting TV clips and music.
Wow.
Yeah. So then one day, like when the rules changed, like everything on my page got flagged. Everything got flagged. And then just the whole page got taken down.
Oh, wow.
So then I started a couple of other pages, and I struggled highly to get these 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, because now I was trying to figure out, how do I do this without being able to use other people's content?
Right.
So
Because
then
then it was solely based on you.
it was solely based on you, yeah. So then when I started posting the Big Brother lives, I was like, oh, these are not getting flagged. So apparently this is acceptable, not knowing that there's certain content creators that allow you to post their content, but they just don't allow you to monetize it.
Right.
Like there's hella pages on YouTube right now that post Big Brother lives and have millions of views and are not monetized. And I didn't know that until I tried to get monetized myself. And then I was like getting really discouraged because I'm like, okay, how do I solve this reused content problem? So one day I decided to hop on a live, and I had never done a YouTube live in my life. This was like end of August or beginning of September of last year. And then all these different people hopped on the live, and that's how I built my community.
Oh, okay.
So that's the reason why everybody knows me as a Big Brother community, because that's the thing that I did that popularized the page a little bit.
Yeah, that's what took off. Right.
Yeah.
Just like when I was talking about YouTubers, that's what took off, not the other stuff. It was that.
Exactly. So now I'm just trying to figure out the in-between Big Brother, because I know during Big Brother times is probably when the page is going to be the most popular, because Big Brother has such a big cult following.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Whether they love like they get so deeply invested in those people on the show, and they just love all the extra content that they can get outside of the show itself.
Right.
But in
People
terms
are
of
deeply invested.
to the point where they want to fight you over things. They tried to make up a beef between me and Joseph. Like, I hate Joseph. I'm like, truthfully, I don't feel strongly towards Joseph one way or another. Seems like a nice guy, but he wasn't on the show long enough for me to be like, oh, I hate him or I love him, you know?
Right.
And I feel like half the people who say they love him on the strength of Jailer.
That's how I feel too. Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't really hear people saying so many specifics. Oh, I loved this specific thing. The most you'll hear is people be like, yo, I love watching him with his shirt off.
But it's always something like Joseph connected to the whole Jailer Taylor thing, you know?
With her, you hear more specifics, like, oh, I love the fact that, you know, she was herself as a chocolate black sister, and she was able to articulate herself so well in her final speech and withstand the, but like, you hear a list of things for her.
You're right.
You don't really hear that with him. Like I've said to people that I feel like if they ever broke up, those people wouldn't know what to do because they're not real fans.
Oh.
They would choose one side or another. Like I feel like for me, I would be like, I'm a fan of this person, and if I was, let's say, I don't really become a fan of people as a collective.
Right.
Even if they become a couple, I'm like, I individually like you and I individually like you. And that's just the way that it's going to be.
Right.
I hope it works, but I'm not going to jump ship if it doesn't.
Exactly. Like you have to like both people. Like you just can't like just the couple, because like, and another thing too, I usually don't really care for the showmances and stuff like that, but like that relationship, I was like, okay, I can rock with this.
Yeah. But anyways, I think I'm gonna hop off here pretty soon.
All right, thank you for having me up. I appreciate it.
And if you ever want to drum up a fake beef or anything like that, let me know. Let me know behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'll DM you. All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye, everybody out there watching.